Hello, sports fan, and welcome to the Packs for Breakfast All-Star team. We're doing first baseman and third baseman, the hot corners. That's right. They're called the hot corners. I don't know. I would think that, at Cincinnati AstroTurf in the middle of the summer, every inch of that stadium was too hot. It's like, I remember back in the day, Riverfront Stadium and some of those awful AstroTurf fields that like Philadelphia had, and I don't remember if Pittsburgh's was considered terrible when I don't know, did they play at Three Rivers? They might have. I can't remember if the Pirates played there or not. It's like they were such awful stadiums back in the day with that terrible AstroTurf. Actually, the stadiums probably weren't that bad. It was the AstroTurf that made them terrible. But we are going to cover first baseman and third baseman from the 2008 Upper Deck and 1989 Donruss, which we've been doing all week. We've done the shortstops and the second baseman. We've done the catchers, done the pitchers, and now we're at the hot corners. We're going to touch on Fred McGriff here real quick. Fred McGriff is a favorite of this channel's. It's like but Chris and I are both huge fans of his. Every time we pull his card, every Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Mountain Time on YouTube, we will pull these packs of cards. And if we get a Fred McGriff, he's almost guaranteed he's got the best chance to make that to be our first baseman, because he's just a favorite of ours. In fact, I mean, Chris did a whole series on hunting for the crime dog on a bunch of YouTube shorts, which actually got some pretty decent views for us. But it was always kind of even, exciting for, me to watch and go, is he gonna find the crime dog in these packs? So Fred McGriff, we went over his numbers before. I mean, he's 493 home runs, 284 career batting average, 5-time All-Star, won a World Series, and he was the home run leader, played 19 seasons. This is back when he was a Blue Jay. He's probably better known as a Brave and even a Padre. But here's McGriff as a Blue Jay. It's like kind of cool. I think I'm gonna end up with cards from every team he ever played for out of this. So this is like his third All-Star team. And we're always glad to have the crime dog as part of our all-star program. Next to him, we're gonna go Ken Caminiti. Ken Caminiti, I did not realize Ken Caminiti passed away in 2004 at the age of 41. I did not realize he passed away over 20 years ago, and I did not know that. I could have swore Ken Caminiti, if you would have asked me, is Ken Caminiti still alive, I would have said yes. But he is not. He is sadly passed away. The third baseman, he played 15 seasons for the Astros, the Padres, then he played for the Astros for a little while again, and then he finished his career with the Rangers and the Braves. He had 239 career home runs, 272 career batting average, 983 RBIs. He was such a great player. He had one super phenomenal year, 1996, when he won the NL MVP. He hit 40 home runs, had 130 RBIs, batted .326. He had a 7.6 WAR that year. He was a 3-time Gold Glover and a 3-time All-Star. Ken Caminiti, rest in peace, buddy. I mean, it's like I did not know. I did not know that you were gone, and it was sad to find that out today that Ken Caminiti had passed away a long time ago. It's like I'm glad that we pulled his card, and I'm glad that there was another third baseman we were kind of gonna put in that spot. I'm glad that we chose Caminiti, because gave me a chance to talk about him and give everybody that watches this video a chance to maybe remember Ken Caminiti. Great player. I mean, when he played with Biggio and Bagwell, that was such a tough. I mean, a 2-3. I think Biggio was the 2, Caminiti would have been the 3, and then the cleanup hitter Bagwell. That's a tough three-guy spot to go through in any lineup. So moving on to, Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian Gonzalez, I didn't watch a lot of Adrian Gonzalez. Wasn't one of those guys that stood out to me as one of the best, but he is a very good player. 287 career batting average, 2,050 career hits. He had 317 career home runs with over 1,200 RBIs. He was a four-time Gold Glover, 5-time All-Star. Spent a couple of years in Texas, 5 years with the Padres, spent a couple of years with the Red Sox. In the middle of his Red Sox, his second year, he was traded over to the Dodgers, where he spent the bulk of his career, spent 6 seasons there, and then spent his last season with the Mets. Very good first baseman, solid. I mean, I'm guessing there were, we could come up with other first basemen of that era that were a little bit better than him, but he was the best that we pulled that day. So, and this is gonna go with this. That theme goes with the guy that's sitting right next to him. The guy that's sitting next to him is Garrett Atkins. Really, only Rockies fans are gonna remember Garrett Atkins. We're the only ones. I was a fan of Garrett Atkins. I rooted for Garrett Atkins. He was a Rocky. So Garrett Atkins' career year, he was our third baseman. Career, he was 285, not bad. Only 94 career home runs for a big hitting third baseman, and I'll get into that. 488 RBIs in his career. He was a Rocky from 03 to 09, so he did play on the World Series team. He was a big part of that. And then he went to Baltimore for a year and then just kind of disappeared. His 06 year was his best year. In 06, he hit 29 home runs. He had 120 RBIs, and he even stole 4 bases and was not caught. He was a perfect base runner. Oh, wait, he did have one other minor problem. He grounded into a ton of double plays. It's like he grounded into 24 double plays. That was the most he had ever done in his career. He did bat .329 in that 06 season, stole 4 bases, and grounded into double plays 24 times. But with Garrett Atkins, I remember him fondly. But the thing about Garrett Atkins is, I remember, of course, his 06 season was amazing. But then 07, 25 home runs, 111 RBIs. 08, 21 home runs, 99 RBIs. So there's, but basically right there, you're looking at 75 of his 94 home runs were hit in 3 seasons, and he only played a total of 8. That's probably why Garrett Atkins was never an all-star. At least all these other guys have all-star credits. Garrett Atkins never quite made it. He's up there with Scott Leyes for one of our teams. Making third base, we have a tough time. It's like we either get one of the best third basemen of all time, or we get Scott Leyes and Garrett Atkins. And that's all-star for now.